Hi, I'm Hope from Under the Median, where we talk every week about how to live with a spirit of joy and abundance on a shoestring budget. What do you do with 4 kids when you really don't have much money and you can't afford to go out to restaurants? Well, the answer is you go on picnics. Raising 4 children on a salary which was consistently under the national U.S. median income, we saw the inside of a restaurant. I can easily count on one hand the number of times in a year that we went to a restaurant. So instead, we decided that we would really build some fun and some weekly anticipation into our kids' lives by taking them on what we called Friday night picnics. Every Friday night, when the weather was good at all, I would pack up whatever I had made for dinner on Friday night, and we would haul that and the kids to the local park overlooking the river, and we would have a family evening at the park. Well, along the way, over the past 25 years or so, we've gotten really good at knowing how to pack a picnic basket, and some pretty important hacks that I'm going to share with you today to help you also plan the perfect picnic. Now, this is our real picnic basket, and I put everything in here that I wanted to show you today, and so I'm going to literally pull one thing out at a time and show you each item in this picnic basket and tell you why it's important that you also put those things in your picnic arsenal. Okay, let's get started. If you are a mother and you have raised toddlers, you know what this is. This is what I call kind of a crib liner. When you're potty training children and you want to make sure that the crib stays clean overnight, you put your child on one of these. They're waterproof, they're washable, and that's why, even though my youngest is 12, I saved this. Because as far as picnics are concerned, you can get one of these for under $10. And then put this in the bottom of your trunk. Before you ever start putting any of your picnic supplies in the trunk, put this down. It provides a waterproof barrier so that if something does happen to spill, then it doesn't spill in the back of your car or all over the trunk. It spills on this. You take this out, you wash it, and it's ready for the next picnic. Yes, there's a twin-size sheet in here. Now, normally there is not. The things I packed in the picnic basket today, I packed in here because I wanted to remember to talk about them. Why in the world would a twin sheet have anything to do with picnics? Well, here's why. If you happen to be running out the door, you're going on a picnic, and you realize, I absolutely do not have a tablecloth, grab a twin-fitted sheet on your way out the door. A twin-fitted sheet will fit perfectly over the top of a standard size picnic table. Not only that, because the edges have elastic, it will go around the edge of the picnic table and it will keep it from blowing around in the wind. And we also have a pillowcase. Why would I pack a pillowcase? Well, I know from talking to moms a lot that a lot of you are really concerned with the amount of plastic and the amount of throwaway things that you are consuming in your family. So this hack is great if you decide that you want to take dirty dishes home, but you really don't want to have plastic that you're going to wind up throwing away. Just grab a clean pillowcase on your way out the door, scrape the dishes at the park, and then go ahead and put them in this pillowcase and make sure the top is closed. Now, let's say that you didn't bring anything. You didn't bring, really, this gets pretty bulky. So if you're going to close it, you're going to need some sort of rope or something like that. But you forgot to bring your rope. So there's something else in here, actually, that is really handy. And I will see if I can dig in here and find it. Here it is. I always pack a few old-fashioned clothespins in the picnic basket, because if you didn't bring a piece of rope with you to tie this closed and you feel like, I really want to make sure that stays closed, all you need to do is fold over the top a little bit and then take 2 or 3 or 4 of these clothespins, put it along the top, and that will keep it securely closed enough so that you can put it in the back of your car and know you're probably going to be able to get home without anything spilling out of it. And here, we really do have a traditional tablecloth. Now, when I look for a tablecloth to go picnicking, I love to look for the ones that have the felt on the back. Now, why? Because if you decide you're going to go picnicking and there are no picnic tables, everybody else thought it was a great idea too, and there are no open picnic tables. You can still picnic, but if you're going to put this on the ground, put it down so that the vinyl side is down and you are sitting on top of the softer side, because the vinyl will act as a barrier between you and any moisture that might be on the ground, and this will be far more comfortable to sit on than the vinyl part. I like cloth napkins because I really do like to veer toward as much zero waste as I can. You can pick up cloth napkins incredibly inexpensively at any thrift store. But if you don't have cloth napkins, all you need to do is grab an old sheet set, cut it up into equal, say, 8 to 12-inch squares, and then serge the edge of it, and you have perfect napkins to take on your next picnic. They're washable, and you'll have them ready for the next picnic. This is always really important. If you're carrying casserole dishes of any kind, this is a trick my mother-in-law taught me. If you're taking a casserole dish and it's full and it's got hot stuff in it, you want to first of all grab one of these. These are the rubberized, you use them for jar openers, right? But if they're rubberized on both sides, what that means is that you have a surface here that is slightly tacky that will help hold things in place, and so will the bottom side. And so put this down in a box, in the bottom of a box that is about the size of your casserole dish. Put that down first, then put the casserole dish on top of it, and this surface will keep that casserole dish from sliding around in the box nearly as much as it would have had you not had this as a barrier at the bottom of the box. Then you want to go all around the casserole dish with either newspaper or with clean, dry kitchen towels. Not only does it keep the casserole from moving around, it helps keep it warmer and it helps insulate. I do carry some plastic bags. For one thing, you never know when kids are going to really make a mess, and you're going to need this for shoes or socks or anything else that your children might get dirty or wet. So I do always carry some of those. Plastic bags, if you're not going zero waste, very important. You take these plastic bags along because, well, how many of us have children that take a bite or two of apple and say, I'm done? So you're going to put that leftover apple in one of these, and you're going to grab a black permanent marker, because if you have 4 children, you want to know whose apple is in which bag. We have never enjoyed using flimsy paper plates for picnics. If you picnic at all frequently, you know that wind is your nemesis when it comes to picnicking. And even if you use those sort of rattan holders that you put the paper plate into, they're really no better because the wind can easily pick those up and roll them around too. Instead, years ago, we got what I think is the perfect sort of solution for a picnic. This is melamine. And these plates are plastic. They're heavy enough so that wind isn't going to move them, but they're lightweight enough that you're not going to break your arm trying to carry them around in the picnic basket. Not only that, they stack very, very space efficiently, so you can get a lot of them in the picnic basket. This set came with cups. We only use one kind of cup, all right? So if you want coffee, you can have coffee of this. You want tea, if you want something else, they all fit in the same cup. So we don't carry different kinds of cups for different drinks. This cup set came with this cover so that if you're steeping tea, then it keeps it warm and also keeps bugs out of your glass. So these are really handy. And also if you have something hot in it, it doubles as a coaster. You can pick up inexpensive plastic picnic ware at the end of the season. Don't buy it at the beginning or even in the middle of the summer. You want to wait until a week or even 2 weeks after school starts. Somehow when school starts, all of a sudden, all of the merchants go, oh wait, it's fall. And they will start putting all of this great summer stuff on massive clearance. And about 2 weeks after school starts, you're gonna see it hit rock bottom prices of 80 to 85 to even 90% off if you watch stores. So that's when and how I would suggest that you purchase a set like this. We actually got this years ago from Salvation Army. They had huge amounts of them on the shelves. I went on a 50% off day. They were all brand new with the tags on them. And I got a set of 8. It had plates, cups, and bowls. And I got the whole set of 8, I think for about $3 or $4 for the whole set. This is another great thing. These are giveaways at local fairs and things like that, business type things. You will find that you can find these little bitty Frisbees. There's nothing worse than getting to the park and the kids really want something active to do and you've forgotten to bring like sports equipment or Frisbees or anything like that. This has saved me many times. It may be a small Frisbee, but it's mighty. We've played many a Frisbee game with it and it's no larger than a small plate and it fits great into the picnic basket. Wet wipes, very important if you have kids. Now, I mention this only because I think that these small containers of wet wipes are great, but you know what? Being an old-fashioned mom, I've also used just damp wash rags with a little bit of soap and water and put them into a plastic bag to take with us on picnics. But if you're planning to pack the picnic basket ahead of time, these are wonderful to use. But I have discovered that once they're opened, they really do allow enough air in that by the time you get ready for your next picnic, these are going to be dry as a bone. So go ahead and pack it in a second layer of plastic in order to ensure that the wet wipes actually will be wet and not just wipes by the time you get ready for your picnic. This is the next thing that I wanted to show you. Normally you're going to have a much larger cooler bag than this, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I packed this. Normally you're going to have like a big ice chest. Do not pay for fancy ice containers. Save water bottles or soda bottles that are around this size. Juice bottles also are really good for this purpose. Put this into your freezer at least 24 hours before you plan to take your picnic. This will freeze solid. And you'll see, I've been out here about 20 minutes and I already have some water in here. Take 4 or 5 of these, pack these strategically in different areas of your cooler, put all your food in there, and it will stay cool for several hours. Not only that, when your kids decide they're thirsty, automatic water. Here's another thing that we really like to do. If you are taking condiments, a lot of times if you're like me, you're buying large quantities of that condiment. You're buying big old bottles, and you don't want to take a big old bottle with you to the park. So instead, one of the things we started doing years ago, and I brought a piece of bread out here so I could show you how to do this. Normally, I have a smaller pair of scissors in the picnic basket. Save a pair of scissors back. Even when your children get a little older and they're done with safety scissors, go ahead and save that pair of safety scissors and throw it into the picnic basket. Because if you pack things like ketchup, mustard, pickle relish, even things like honey or peanut butter or jelly, you can put just as much as you want into a small plastic bag, get it all the air out that you can, seal it. You can put this into your cooler and it's not going to leak anywhere. When you're ready to spread it on sandwiches, all you need to do is take the very edge of it off with the scissors, and then this automatically goes right onto the sandwich. Now when you're finished, unless you're going to bag this in a new baggie that doesn't have a hole in it, you'll have to go ahead and throw this out. That's why we try to figure out exactly how much ketchup or mustard we're going to use and take only that amount. We use this a lot of times when we're going on trips. And so we don't generally take stuff that is meant to be thrown away unless we're going on a trip and going on a picnic that's a little farther from home than we're comfortable bringing stuff back. So especially if we're going to spend the night somewhere, we're just going to take things that we can throw away. One last thing. Here's another alternative. If you want something to take your condiments in that is more permanent, that isn't something to throw away, you can buy 2 or 3 packs of these, and you can get them at Target or Walmart. Sometimes you can even get them at Dollar Tree, Dollar General, places like that. They're actually designed for shampoo in showers, because you'll see on the back here, there's actually a small suction cup. So it's meant to suction cup to the wall of a shower. But you can use this in order to put condiments in. It's got a flip lid, and it also screws off and screws on. So there's no chance that is actually going to, the lid's going to slip off somewhere between your house and the park. So you can put your condiments in here, and then this is a regular squeeze bottle. I got these years ago, and I've used them a lot, and so really they're actually pretty durable. The only caveat is if you put something in there like, I don't know, pasta sauce or something that's really strong scented, then you're going to have a hard time getting that scent out of the plastic. But do make sure when you buy them, look on the package and see if it's food grade plastic. These were, and that's why I knew I could use them for picnicking use. Those are all of the hacks that I have for you today. And I really hope you've enjoyed this. I would love, love, love to see all of your comments and your questions down below in the comments section. Make sure that you give this a thumbs up, give it a like. If you're not subscribed to Under the Median, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Every Monday we come out with a brand new video, all designed to help you remember that you can live with a spirit of joy and abundance on a shoestring budget. Now, if you feel like you need some ideas as to things you can do with your family that are free or nearly free, I have a great opportunity for you. I have a small ebook that I wrote, and it's 60 fun, free activities. There are 20 date night activities in there that are free date night activities that my husband and I came up with. There's some really fun things in there. I have free self-care ideas. There are 20 of those, and then we have 20 things that we have done with our children over the years that were absolutely free. If you'd like to request that ebook, there's a link in the description of this video. So be sure to request that, like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to Under the Median. We'll see you next week.